Jones has got his first points of the night.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
LeBron drives in, launches it. Out to Smith. Here's the three. They grab their own miss. Thompson passes to Love. Cleveland moving it around. Thompson sets the pick for Smith. Nobody near Irving. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Trevor Ariza last season with perhaps the best campaign, Steve, of his 10-year career.
Yeah, he played starters minutes, shot a career-high 3-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
You could say that Ariza was in a contract year looking for a new contract, playing for a new contract, but he's upped his 3-point percentage for 3 straight seasons. It seems he's put in the work to really solidify that part of his game.
A different look now for Cleveland. Shawn Marion is checked in for Thompson. And it's Iman Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. Houston making some changes. The three from LeBron. Good. LeBron's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
And Ariza has always been great shooting threes from the corners, but he's diversified a bit. Last season, the highest total of 3-point makes in his career.
What a beautiful pass. And then the catch and finish all in one motion, stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Clark, is just so rare. You just got to take a second and enjoy it.
And guys, you have to admire someone with the confidence to even attempt the pass.
Assist from Patrick Beverly.
And here is LeBron. He's got 18. Left side, Love. And on the way from Irving for 3. That's good. Irving's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Cleveland.
Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Harden inside the 3-point line. That one rolling around and rims out.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Marion kicks to James. And the layup's good off the glass. LeBron's got 20.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Shawn Marion with 15 years in the NBA, a very good 15 years, basically talked about retiring even though he was still playing well at the conclusion of last season. Although I guess he did have a change of heart.
Here's LeBron. 20 points for him. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebound by Smith. Rockets trail by 17. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. And the foul called on Shawn Marion. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Cleveland. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Marion. Mozgov comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving.
Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people at that guard spot. He's not a big playmaker or scorer. He's basically a 3-point shooter and a defensive specialist.
And Patrick Beverly, a nice find for the Houston Rockets, makes an ideal pairing with Harden in the backcourt.
Yeah, he sure does, Kevin, because he's tough, he's defensive-minded. He's a good complement to Harden, and I think any team in the league would love to have him just because of that toughness and that competitive desire.
The 3 from Harden. Offensive rebound. Stolen by Varejão. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. Stolen by Beverly. Just 3 on the clock. The shot will not go.
Well, as far as jump...
And through the first hit. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He has 20 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Smith out there with Howard, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot.
It seems like they're living off these second chance opportunities.
Yeah, they'd probably... prefer to just make the initial shot. But if they keep getting these offensive rebounds, I don't think they're going to worry about it too much as long as they get the points. The Rockets, to me, are an emerging factor in the West. Not 100% sold on them being championship caliber, but I still think you've got to give that front office a lot of credit in terms of what they got out of the superstar tandem of Harden and Howard. I think it's a strong foundation of scoring and defense.
Here's James. James Harden picking up that last basket.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
And the shot falls short this time. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Outside Irving. Hands it from downtown. Irving's got 17 now. Boy, the Rockets came out smelling like a rose, didn't they? Bringing in Howard, but some luck along the way, too. You remember the Chris Paul Lakers trade that was vetoed? Steve, the Rockets would have gotten Pau Gasol in the deal.
And then not Dwight Howard because they wouldn't have had the cap room to absorb him. So, you know, they're probably glad that in hindsight that deal fell through because Dwight Howard's a younger and more talented player when you think about his comparison to Gasol.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, few would have predicted back when Kevin Love was drafted 5th out of UCLA in 2008 that he'd become the superstar player we see today. You know, he's transformed his body and expanded his game year after year.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. And talk about the physical transformation for Kevin Love. Leaner, quicker, and stronger.
Yeah, credit yoga and Pilates. He's trying to be the very best he can be, and he's putting in the work to do that, so it actually helped him more at the defensive end.
That's his 6th three-pointer of the game, 3 in each half.
Rockets have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And here are the Cavaliers. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Irving. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 3rd assist on the night. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now here's Beverly, guarded closer, and that one's good.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Irving for 3, and another 3 for Cleveland.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the defense getting bombarded. They just haven't been able to slow him down.
Harden inside the three-point line. Harden missing again.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And the slam dunk by Irving.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Now, here is Harden. 17 points in the game. And Houston again with the bucket. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden outside, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Smith comes in for LeBron. Houston also making some changes. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Moniunas comes in for Josh Smith. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here is Smith. Harden missing his last shot. Smith, no luck. Ariza with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Ariza with the bucket. Cleveland leading by 22. Nobody near Irving. And the three ball is good. Irving's got 30.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Smith outside. Again, the miss by Smith.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seemed.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are circulating for you to be effective.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Kyrie Irving. Corey Brewer's checked in for the Rockets. The Rockets again can't hit. For Cleveland, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. For 3, Smith. And yes, sir, that one drops. Smith's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And with Cleveland, it was just a train of events that led to the bad environment between players getting into it with each other and saying they wanted out of Cleveland. Some players saying it was about their brand and nothing else. They did everything they could do to get things in order this summer and did a pretty good job at it.
On better footing now, for sure.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
And the Rockets making a change here. Leone's checked in.
And for the Cavs, they needed to have a big change in culture, and they seemingly did that with bringing LeBron back into the fold and hiring Black. You can expect them to be solely focused on winning games this season.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 11, and that one's good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though. And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
17 seconds on the shot.
20 seconds left to play in the third. On the wing, Shumpert. Dellavedova kicks to Smith. He gets it up. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Cavaliers ahead, running away with it. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
Jones is out there with Mozgov. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Anderson Varejão. And it's Miller in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
It's stolen by Jones. And here they come. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Cleveland.
That's now a 12 straight points coming off wide open 3-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually offense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
Cleveland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. That shot wide open.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and
Oh, he got it!
My good.